Streetz 1033, Charlotte's new hip hop station right now. You're rocking out with your boy, I am Chewy 5, and I have a legend in the building right in front of me. Go ahead, let them know who I got in here.
Fresh Kid Eyes the Chinaman.
Uh-huh. So for those of you who don't know, because I know I got a lot of young, youthful people right here that be watching all the interviews. Listen, this man right here is a legend. Without this guy, I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys won't be born right now. He definitely probably, if you don't know who he is, I'm gonna give him the breakdown of who he is, how he started, how he came up in this game, and how he came up in the ranks and becoming a legend. So let's go back to day one when you first heard music. What inspired you to say I want to be a part of music?
When I was in the Caribbean, because I was born in Trinidad, raised in Brooklyn, ended up in the military, started Two Live Crew.
Started up the Two Live Crew.
Yeah.
How did that formulate? How did you guys all come together?
Riverside, California, March Air Force Base, back in 84.
Back in 84, and did you see it ever transitioning into something like this? Did you see the way the manifest back then? Did you see it becoming as big as it is now?
Nah, we did it for fun and for the music, for the lot of hip hop.
Now, you can't mention Two Live Crew without going to a party. I don't care what age demographic. Your music has hit generations upon generations upon generations. When you look back at your music and you look back at your career, what has been some of the highlights of it?
A lot of the after parties, hotels.
All right, so this is what we got to do. I'm going to name 5 states. And in them 5 states, I want you to give me at least one memorable moment in each state.
Boy, you need to read my book.
I didn't read it?
Yeah, it's called My Rise to Fame. It got all that. Top strip clubs, top cities, a lot of groupie stories, how Two Live Crew started, everything.
So what's the name of the book again?
My Rise to Fame.
And now what made you want to write that book? Is it because you said, I get asked all these questions all the time, and if I just put it in a book, I can make some money off of it.
Nah, it ain't about the money because it's self-published. You know, I did it all on my own, you know what I'm saying? So basically, a lot of people want to know a lot of things, and, I did it for my family, you know what I'm saying, my kids and my grandkids and those to follow me, that they know what I did,
They saw the foundation. It was sort of like the blueprint and what everything you did and how you came across this industry.
Right, and how I stumbled on it and how it happened,
Now, earlier off camera, you said that you suffer from diabetes. My mother's also a diabetic.
Right.
I also want to talk about the awareness of that. I feel as though in our generation, a lot of people tend to overlook the health side of things, keeping up with your body and the medicine. You know what I mean? What has that been like for you?
It's been rough because back in 88, I had a car wreck, which took off this arm, and they put it back on. Then later on, in early 2000s, I was diagnosed with diabetes, high blood pressure, so forth. I also have like cirrhosis of the liver from drinking too much when I was partying a lot. I had like 2 strokes.
Wow.
A ton of stuff, So.
And for you to still be here, for you to continue to grind, you in Charlotte, you ain't here for a show, doing after parties. So the grind doesn't stop.
Nah, it doesn't, because I love what I do. You know what I'm saying? I love to entertain people, and I do it for the people, And I said before I leave here, we tried to put Two Live Crew back together for the reunion thing. And at the Funk Fest, this is a reunion because it's been like 20-some years since we all been on the stage together. So
this is the first time in almost 20 years you guys been on the stage together?
In over 20 years, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, this is the first couple shows that we've been doing, the Funk Fest and stuff like that.
Now, getting the team back together, what does that feel like for you?
It's different, because we all have issues with each other from the past and so forth, business and so on, and, but, we do it for the fans, and that's what we came together for.
Now, I could tell just by your aura, just by your spirit, you are very much devoted into, I should say, your legacy at this point. How you want to leave things off with your legacy, with such an impact in music. You look at today's music, everything has a very up-tempo beat. Everybody wants to be the ones that's coming up with dances. Meanwhile, back in the day, you guys were the forefront of it. You guys were the forefront, the pioneers in entertainment industry.
Yeah, we were having fun back then. You know what I'm saying? Because it wasn't about the money or anything. Because we recorded our first 3 albums without a record contract. You know what I'm saying? We started Luke Skywalker Records for us. You know what I'm saying? And it was our label and so forth. So we never took any money from the label until later on. Then we found out it wasn't right, but that's another story. Read the book.
Now I do have to ask you this though. You look at the history of everybody. You look at the history of music itself,
right?
And you speak from a standpoint where you can educate young entertainers in the world. What advice do you have for them?
Own as much of their music as possible, and get good representation. You know what I'm saying? So that's where a lot of us fail to realize, because, this industry, once it's finished with you, if you're not educated enough and you want to continue your career and they don't need you, the label can drop you. But if you know how to run your own label and so forth, you have a career, you know.
You can sustain yourself.
Exactly.
Now, who are some people that you look up to now in the entertainment industry?
Now, I look up to a lot of people, like a Pitbull, a Rick Ross, a Flo Rida, because, they learned a lot of things. Like Rick Ross, he has his own label. He also owns, 30-something Wingstops, you know what I'm saying? So he's preparing for after.
Who is some of your musical inspirations when you came up?
Me?
Because I know you say you're from the islands.
Yeah, I like Bob Marley.
I know the island
Circle.
music is definitely there.
Yeah, some calypso, some everything, That's why, it's diverse for me because I can listen to anything.
Now, seeing all you guys get back together on stage for this is got to be very much monumental in a lot of aspects. It's definitely monumental. 20-plus years you guys haven't all been on stage. What is going through your mind right now, moments before you touch that stage with your brothers?
I try to take it back to the old days when we used to have real fun on stage, with the interaction, and knowing what the next person is going to say before he says it and so forth, so you can do a comeback or whatever, or know when he's going to drop out so you can fill in and so forth,
So you right now, you locked in on the performance. You're like, listen, I want to give my all to this performance. So that one thing I have to say is you're keeping it very professional. You're focused on the show where a lot of people, they all worried about how much can I drink before I touch this stage.
Nah, I don't drink anymore, so, don't do that. Never did drugs, never did,
Just keep it good.
Yeah.
Just want to have fun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like in the entertainment industry, that's where it has gone away from nowadays. The fun in music, the fun in parties, the fun in putting on a show has almost collapsed because everybody wants to look good. Everybody wants to be,
and
someone they're not essential.
That's one of the things I feel is wrong with the music today. You could take the music, leave it there. All you have to do is change the artist, and it's the same music.
But not with the Two Live Crew.
Not with the 80s. I call it the golden era of hip-hop because everybody had their niche.
Everybody had their own lane. Everybody had their own sound. Everybody wasn't using the same producer. You didn't have to worry about that all the time.
Because hip-hop was so new and so forth, and it was beyond that.
Now, outside of the golden years, what are your memorable moments? I have to ask you some of your most memorable moments on camera. I know you got the book, but I have to ask you some of your most memorable moments. I
like doing, big events like, stadiums, that type of stuff like that. Performing in Miami for the hometown, you know what I'm saying? Performing in the South. I remember coming to Charlotte a lot of times, had a lot of beautiful women out there, when it used to be what it was, the old Charlotte thing.
Charlotte Coliseum.
Yeah. And they had this, you used to walk across from the Holiday Inn right across.
The Coliseum.
Yeah. And everything was right there. We used to stay right there and just go there, walk around the people, touch them, feel their vibe,
Seeing your fans transcend into so many years of always supporting you, what are some of the things you look for nowadays? It's just like, do you look to say, I want to continue to keep pushing my brand? Do you look and say, I just want to go off the past? What are some of the things you look at?
I'm looking for the right conclusion to the story so I can just hang it up. You know what I'm saying? So the right ending, so maybe, when we do put it down on film or something, to leave that so people can see and learn and so forth, so I can hang up the mic and I want to teach.
You want to teach?
Yeah,
Teach
I want
what?
to teach hip hop.
Teach hip hop?
Yeah, go to different colleges and stuff like that and teach
The
teach
real
music,
culture,
yeah.
the real culture, because like I said, looking at the old generation, I don't want to say old generation, looking at the golden era versus the new generation.
Because I came up in the 70s, when the Enjoy records and so forth, in Brooklyn and all that type of stuff.
It was a completely different type of atmosphere.
Exactly.
I could honestly say a different type of appreciation for music.
Right.
Where a lot of people have gotten away from the actual appreciation of the party and the actual appreciation of just listening to music and letting yourself go, having a good time, but not letting yourself go too far.
Right.
But I do have to ask you, in Miami, that's your hometown, there's so many different diversities, so many different ethnicities.
Yeah, it's a melting pot.
It's definitely a melting pot for you. Do you feel as though with so many different diversities there, so many different ethnicities there, that's the word I was looking for, so many different ethnicities there, do you feel as though that propelled you guys into international stardom?
It propelled us due to the fact that, the people, because, music touches everybody. You know what I'm saying? So to see everybody come together at like a concert or something like that, that's
it
a
gives
good
you
thing.
chills, a little bit of chills behind the back.
It's not just one culture. It's not just black or white or whatever. It's everybody.
Now you see that I feel like a lot of artists, they get so consumed with themselves, they forget that feeling. They forget the meaning of why they're there. You guys started off California, correct?
Right.
California, you guys started off making music. How long did it even take you to make the music? Because from what I hear, it didn't take you guys long.
Nah.
It was pretty quick.
Yeah, because, the original group was myself, Mr. Mix, and Amazing V. We just took our money that we made in the military, went and recorded a couple songs. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have enough money to buy the tape, so we rented some tape. And after
by any means necessary,
right,
gotta do what you
and
gotta
then once
do.
we got our masters, okay, erase it.
You do what you need to do.
And we took it to Macola Records, who distributed everything at that time on the West Coast, and pay them to put it out, press up the first 500 or whatever, send it out, and then from then on it just kept going.
And it manifested itself into a legendary legacy that you have.
Right.
You definitely cannot mention Southern hip hop without mentioning you guys, even hip hop in general. I don't even want to categorize it to just Southern hip hop, but if there's definitely a Mount Rushmore of Southern music, you guys are definitely on the forefront. I would say, honestly, with people such as Outkast, people such as the Goody Mobs, looking at things like that and how you guys transcended music. into levels that at that time nobody has ever seen. What were some of your biggest burdens you had coming up?
Basically, when Nasty as They Wanna Be was considered obscene and so forth, and how we had to fight for the right to put it out and so forth, being arrested for performing the songs and so on. Like when we got arrested, that getting the sticker put on the record and so forth, that was so big for music in a whole.
At that time, especially because you guys were like I said, you were the forefront. You guys continued to raise that bar, taking it to just levels of where you guys wanted to take it to.
And the thing is, if we didn't stand up, right now, all the music you'd have heard would have probably been PG.
Now, do you feel as though pushing the music away from the PG content, do you feel as though looking back, hey, you guys, we the ones who opened up that floodgate for you?
Yeah, we opened it up, but then some people don't understand why we did it, because, you know, you can say certain things, because when we cursed on record, you know, we were describing something, or we just weren't cursing to curse.
You wasn't just cursing like mother F, mother F, mother F. You was cursing just like, hey, this.
Yeah, because
this
it
is
goes in the rhyme.
This
Right.
is how we do. If you guys don't like how we party, you don't like how we conduct, guess what? It's not for everybody.
Right.
I think that's where a lot of people get mistaken from, was that your music just wasn't for everybody. It was for, listen, if you like going to the club, having fun, this is what we do. This is what we do. It's either you can accept it or not accept it.
Right.
We don't care. But if you don't listen to it, hey, more power to you.
It was the same as, you know, like how they'll put out like a Red Fox record, a Dolomite record, and so forth. That's the way we considered it.
Definitely a pioneer, and I just want to continue to educate you guys. Educate right here is someone that put his life on the line, put his career on the line time after time. And from my generation, we thank you. Because without people like you, without people such as yourself, your crew, Uncle Luke, without you guys doing what you did at that time, music in itself, we don't know where it would have been, because when everybody was trying to put control on it, trying to put you guys in a hole, as per se, you guys just wanted to show the world like, yo, this is what we do to have fun. This is we just want to take that stress off, that everyday life stress from paying bills, everything else, from someone being sick, someone going through anything.
Right.
When we are in these venues, we here for maybe 4 hours, if that, just to have fun, just to
Exactly.
shake
Take it
it
away
off.
from your everyday life. You know what I'm saying?
Now you look back and, you know, you've done it. You've done it. You've continued to push the ball. Anything you do now in my book, you just added more to the legacy. Tell the people where they could get the book at, though.
They can go to Amazon, get it on Amazon. Amazon.com is My Rise to Fame by Christopher Fresh Kid Ice Wongwon.
Yeah. How did you get that name, though?
I'm half Chinese, half black. First Asian in hip hop.
Hey, history, y'all, history. Man, it's been a pleasure having you here. Before I let you go, I tell them, every time you see you rocking out with your boy Chewy on Streetz 103.3, though.
That's right.
Look, I'm trying to party the way you did. See, I try to mimic my party and hosting.
I'm trying to get down to your level. You know
Oh,
what I'm
man.
saying? To your
man.
age level.
Oh, you can do that. All you gotta do is come to the club with me. We got a party. I'm gonna show you how I party, so you can teach me. I got it, so I could be like y'all.
Okay, no problem. We'll have one on each side.
Bet. Y'all keep it locked right here on Charlotte's new hip hop station, Streetz 103.3. Buck TV, what up?
Yo, check it out. It's Fresh Kid Ice, 2 Live Crew. Keep it locked to Buck TV, all right?